Just a few days ago, American Express closed applications for 3 of its credit cards. This came very out of the blue, and it has credit card hobbyists wondering what is going on. Are these cards being discontinued, or is a refresh coming? In this video, we'll look at the evidence. Hey credit warriors, welcome to the show. My name is Ben Hedges, aka the Credit Shifu, and on this channel I report on US credit cards and personal finance, aiming to save you money. And if you like the sound of that, do subscribe if you're new, but let's get into the video. So you may have seen the headlines on some credit card blogs. Applications of 3 cards have been closed. And those cards are the Amex Everyday, the Everyday Preferred, and the Cash Magnet. And indeed, searching on Amex's website, I cannot find them anymore. I can find the Blue Cash Everyday, which is the cashback version of the Everyday card, but not the Everyday or the Everyday Preferred, and those ones earn points, and there's no Cash Magnet on there either. So what might be happening here? Well, credit card issuers do sometimes close applications for a card just before a refresh. We saw that with the Citi Premier a few months ago. But in my experience, American Express doesn't normally do that. The Amex Gold card was refreshed this year, and applications for that card were not closed at any point. Upgraded Points quoted a spokesperson for American Express saying this: on September 25th, 2024, American Express's Cash Magnet, Amex Everyday, and Amex Everyday Preferred cards will be closed to new applicants. Existing Cash Magnet, Amex Everyday, and Amex Everyday Preferred card members can continue to use their cards just as they do today with no changes. But Amex hasn't given any other information apart from that, so either the cards will be discontinued and people who already have them will be grandfathered in. That means you can still keep the card and Amex will service your account even though new people can't apply, or the cards are being updated. Let's have a look at what people are saying on Reddit. This Reddit user thinks that a refresh is coming because the card art was updated just a few months ago. And they are of course referring to this, which another Reddit user said they saw briefly in their online account before it reverted back to the old transparent design with the silver square in the middle. People argued about whether this was for an everyday card refresh or just a design that's used for a different card in other countries and that was mistakenly being used on the US site. But then someone else did actually share a similar updated design for the Everyday Preferred as well. Although with good Photoshop skills, the word preferred could have just been added in there, so who knows. But let's make the case for a refresh, since we know that Amex is refreshing a load of its cards this year. Their CFO said this in 2023.
We currently have plans to refresh around 40 products globally next year.
And we saw that with the refresh of the gold card, which, while the new benefits were okay, I guess, the white gold design was kind of disappointing. But going back to the Everyday and the Everyday Preferred, they are, in my opinion, quite underappreciated cards. It's possible to get 4.5 points per dollar at supermarkets with the Preferred, thanks to the fact that if you make 30 transactions in a month, you get a 50% bonus on your points. That is a better rate than the Amex Gold. Check out what this Reddit user says. I was doing the math of the EDP, the Everyday Preferred, versus the Gold, and found that for a family with moderate grocery spend and hitting the 30 transactions to get the 50 points boost, 2 EDPs worked out better than the Gold card unless you were using all of the Gold's credits. Hopefully they bring them back as refreshed cards. They definitely need an overhaul. But because you have to jump through some hoops to get there, namely the 30 transactions per month, maybe some people view the cards as too much hassle. I know for a fact that the Everyday and Everyday Preferred are not really talked about much amongst credit card enthusiasts, and even for regular people, many pass them up for the green, gold, and platinum, which are more famous. So a refresh could give these cards some much needed publicity and maybe some more attractive features. I really like what this Reddit user says, and I think it's very true. Maybe they're finally accepting the fact that 90% of the people with the BBP, Blue Business Plus, just have it for personal use and are ready to introduce a 2x MR normal personal card. A person can hope anyway. If you don't know, he's referring to the Blue Business Plus, which earns 2 Amex points per dollar on up to $50,000 in spending per year, and it's what many people use as their non-category card when they make an Amex trifecta. It is a business card, but like he said, for many people who have the card, even if they have a business, if you have the option to earn 2 points instead of 1 point per dollar for a purchase that is personal spend, I think they might just use the business card and then pay it off from their personal account. So bringing the Everyday back as a 2x catch-all card could be an option, and it would simplify things and stop people breaking the terms and conditions by using a business card for personal spend. I predict the cap on 2x may be lower though, perhaps $25,000 per year. Now the discussion goes on Reddit, but the gist of it is that most people are hoping for a non-category card that earns MR points. The way I would drop my Chase setup with quickness if Amex came out with even a 1.5x card, since I already have the gold plus the platinum. It is true that unlike Chase, Citi, and Capital One, Amex doesn't have a personal card that earns 1.5x or 2x on all purchases. So the case for bringing both of these cards back, maybe it be 1.5x in the case of the everyday and 2x on all purchases in the everyday preferred because it does have an annual fee. There's a pretty strong case for bringing them back. It would simplify everything. Obviously, you're losing the grocery, bonus category and the 30 purchases per month to get the 50% extra. But for simplicity, I think a lot of average Joes would now want to apply for this card to complete their Amex trifecta and complement the Amex Platinum and Gold, etc. Another point for keeping the everyday card in particular is that it has no annual fee, and that makes it the only no annual fee option for preserving your MR points if you want to close your Gold, Platinum, etc. So I do hope a refresh is coming. Amex is being kind of tight-lipped about it though, and if they were discontinuing them, guys, wouldn't they just say that for clarity? Wouldn't they just say, okay, this card's over, it's not open to new applicants anymore, and it's closed for good? But what do you think? Leave your comments below. And guys, it is now fall. The scent of pumpkin spice lattes is filling every Starbucks in the country, and New York's beautiful countryside and mountain areas will very soon look like this. In fact, they already do kind of look like this. If you live in New York City, northern New Jersey, eastern Pennsylvania, western Connecticut, or anywhere around there, and you want a full getaway just a couple of hours drive away, do come and stay at my cabin. We have a beautiful luxury cabin with a hot tub, fire pit, grill, wood-burning stove, foosball table, right in the heart of the Catskills Mountains, near attractions like Minnewaska State Park and the Resorts World Casino. We still have a few weekend nights and a load of weeknights available through October, which is peak fall foliage season. The property is bookable on Airbnb, and if you are a credit warrior, i.e. a follower of this channel, I will give you a 10% discount on whatever price you see listed, even if it is a last-minute already discounted night. Just send me a message when you book saying that you're a credit warrior and you watch the show, and I'll give you a special deal. Link for that is below. All right, guys, that is the video for today. Please subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.